to start off this best of 7 with the serve. Strong reach wide to the forehand to counter back into play. Now, I mentioned that Ning is comfortable off the table. Of course, she's going to want to stay in close for quicker shots, force Chen Meng to have less time to decide. Not only that, but to control the angles. But we know that if she gets in trouble, Ning can sure cover from off. See a little bit of tape around the left ankle there for Ning. Now, it's been some time, but in 2015 in Suzhou, the World Championships, it was the women's singles final versus Liu Shiwen. Down 0-2 in Game 7, the decider, Ning, with an injury timeout, rolls the ankle, comes back to win it. And as popular as Chen Meng is here in the Chengdu crowd of China, Ning is definitely the more popular and famous player. You can see her posters throughout China holding the gold medal from the Olympic Games in Rio. And that is a statement of fact. Ning is #1 in the world right now. Beautiful shots from Chen Meng, quick off the bounce, pressure on Ning. Weibo style hashtag there, both sides. Parallel shot's gonna come into play. Chen Meng quick to cover the middle, turn for those forehands. Beautiful combination. Now from the camera view, it looked like a fast, long serve to the backhand corner. Sure enough, it is right into the body, and then the follow-up. Deep cross court into the backhand once again. But the timing, she catches the ball on the uprise, taking it so early. Chen Meng looking very comfortable right now. Even with the slow spinny shot, still lets the racket drop, plays it softly. Best opening forehand we've seen from Ning. That's a long push to the forehand side. Ning fan club. I'll be curious to see if we find any Chen Meng signs out there. I think after they see her ask a pro anything, fans will just come out of nowhere. Little off the top of the net, some fortune for Ning with the down the line backhand. A little bit off the edge of the table, still an impressive shot for the placement. And Chen Meng recovers the net ball in this rally. A much higher quality rally, the best rally of the match so far. Look at all the side spin on Chen Meng's loop. She tries to fool Ning and play it back to the backhand side. Come around the outside of the ball. Again, the element of surprise is crucial out here. Slow spinning shot, and Ning wins 5 points in a row from down 1-6. I'm sorry, 4 points in a row. Because 5 subtract 1 is 4. Take notes, people. And the heavy underspin pendulum serve. Ning right back in it. Very stylish crowd here with the mouth covered by the Ning hashtag signs. Very mysterious cheers from the fans. Whole lot of mystery in this tournament. The same combination does not work. From the center of the table, Chen Meng goes deep to the backhand side. Coaching staff for the Chinese national team, Li Sun there in the black shirt before. Now, neither player has a coach in the corner. They're both from the same national association. A little break here, a little fortune off the top of the net for Ning. That is 7 points in a row for the Queen of Hearts in pink. Top of the net and the edge of the table. Double happiness, they call it. Apologies from Chen Meng. Look at this one more time. Long push and the counter attack one. Ooh. This point has been sponsored by Double Happiness. Now, this isn't the first time we've seen a gigantic comeback, and then the player that basically stole the lead wasn't able to hang on to the game. Chen Meng stretching out, trying to stay loose at the waist. Again, in the women's game especially, turning on that ball played to the middle in the quick rallies has to be such a quick decision. Excellent opening attack from Chen Meng, back in control and in the lead. Forehand from Chen Meng to finish it. What a rally. Ding Ning with the inside-out forehand. This is the best rally now. It's outdone the last by a lot. Really has to close down on that, and still a bit of side spin to bend it away from Ding Ning. Chen Meng with 2 game points now. What a topsy-turvy game one. A roller coaster of a first in this best-of-7 match. Spinny backhand just overshot. Jiao Ding Ning, the fan club says. Ding Ning Jiao. 1 game point saved. It looks like a reverse tomahawk. We might see it. Signature Ding Ning serve. And the crowd always loves it, but Chen Meng loves it more. 11-9 in game 1 to take down Outs Lu Goliang Jiao, and the whole place immediately starts cheering. After some Ding Ning Jiaos, just to mix it up, again with all that's going on right now. So certain sections of the Ding Ning fan club have access to more posters and banners than others, apparently. Some new blue signs have come into play. Well-placed serve, a bit handcuffing. Difficult to take a topspin serve half long and play a push. It's gonna have to be a surprise push deep on the table. Very different start to game 2 than game 1. Look at all the side spin on that block. A little bit of counter action, the wrist of Ding Ning adding some spin to the ball and changing the direction. That second camera angle could really give us a sense of what it's like for Chen Meng. Excellent parallel shot. Surprises Ding Ning. Could hear the little chola from Ding Ning. The precision of her serve since being down 1-6 in game 1 have changed drastically. Attempted 2 down the line. Some bold play from Chen Meng. First one and then goes for it a second time. Forehand to forehand battle on the parallel with Ding Ning. Again, Ding Ning a little bit more likely to step around and try to play the forehand from the backhand corner. So smart and clever play from Chen Meng if she can get it on the table. Break off the top of the net for Ding Ning. Saw the apology. There's the Chen Meng fan club. Oh, punch deep down to the backhand side. When Ding Ning's spare hand comes up to catch the ball, you've done something right. Very rare occasion. focused opening spin shot from Ding Ning at the back of the table. Now, Ding Ning is not known for her speed. Out of the big four from China currently, with Chen Meng included, Ding Ning tends to have the longest stroke. She's the tallest of the four on the Chinese national team, the big four. But she does recover well from the middle, and she's comfortable again in the fishing game. Counter loops from off. And very patient there. She watches the ball come off the table, spins it low to the net, keeps the pressure on Chen Meng. Two in a row, deja vu. Look at this, 8 game points for Ding Ning. So comfortable out on between Chen Meng's fans and Ding Ning's fans. Chen Meng with a lot to prove after game 2, going 11-2 to Ding Ning. Beautiful angle, so wide. Some bold, risky play. We see a lot of this from Sunying Xia, who you'll get to see play in the next match versus Liu Shiwen. But right now, Chen Meng looking to find some answers, get Ding Ning on the defensive. A little bit of an unusual shot, more shallow on the table from Ding Ning, and Chen Meng sort of lifts the elbow to try to come over the top of the ball. Not the nice free-flowing full forehand stroke we're used to seeing from Chen Meng. Clever idea, but the consistency sure wasn't there in game 2 on that down-the-line shot. Ding Ning in control at the back of the table, though, with the angles. Good idea to change up the placement on the serve, less predictability. From the start of the point, Ding Ning didn't seem bothered. Again, the positioning at the table has changed up a little bit, especially depending on where your opponent ends up after their serve. Again, the idea is right, but the shot doesn't come down. Chen Meng is making some wise decisions. It's a very difficult ball to mislead with the upper body and hit it behind the momentum of Ding Ning. Well played right in the middle. Now, as the taller player, Ding Ning does have a bigger middle. She is quite fast to recover it, and surprisingly, a lot of taller players, well, I guess I should say surprisingly, Ding Ning uses her forehand from the middle quite well. Taller players, you often see cover with the backhand because it's the more efficient stroke. There it is. This time the arm drags behind and right on the line. Chen Meng with the high-risk shot for the point this time. Watch one more time. Really has to lift the arm up and out to get over the ball. Still not turn the whole body beforehand, so Ding Ning has less of a clue where Chen Meng is going. Excellent pace, the counters to the forehand side for Chen Meng. This is a battle she's lost many times before. Seemed a bit more confident. She's going to generate more spin with her forehand than Ding Ning will with her backhand. It's also the safer shot because it goes the length of the table in a right-handed, left-handed battle. Outstanding point, but off the top of the net at the end, it's Chen Meng. A few of these balls came back so quickly. Ding Ning hats there on the down low. That's the middle that she covered with the forehand. Very difficult to hang in there for such a net ball, but you could see the genuine apology right there on the face of Chen Meng. Once again off the top of the net. Outstanding rallies. It's unfortunate for Ding Ning. The rhythm is broken. Again, in such a fast sport, even just a moment. Look at this beautiful reverse tomahawk with top and side spin. Goes deep into the backhand side. But it's such a versatile spin. Watch this. Oh, burned. This time it was mostly side spin, half long to the forehand side. Ding Ning earns the third ball attack, plays it parallel. Chen Meng waits till the last moment to cover. It's very difficult to get set up in the point well with the receive long push to the backhand side. Unless it's really fast. Excellent recovery from Chen Meng. Back in a 4-point lead. Perfect placement, earns the long push. Now I will say, from the practice hall to the match so far, Chen Meng's power has been excellent on the forehand. Power enough to win many points against Ding Ning early on in the rally. And a crushing forehand from over the table once again. Humongous forehand. 10 points to 4. It's 6 game points for a 2-1 lead. So far, the score has favored one side of the table. Slow motion, the contact looked okay.
5-10.
Beautiful placement, inside out forehand, wide to the forehand of Chen Meng, and Ding Ning. 2 game points saved. It's one way to do it, to make sure that it's bending more and more out of reach of the opponent. Now Chen Meng with the serves.
Net 10-6.
Oh, back edge of the table for Chen Meng, an apology, and she is off to the corner. 11-6, a 2-1 lead for Chen Meng. And Ding Ning will be chasing game number 4 coming up right after this. Stay here. 1 over Ding Ning, world ranked number 1. Again, head to head, Chen Meng has won about 16% of their encounters. Only 1 of 6. Ding Ning at the top of the screen with the serve. The luck continues for Chen Meng. We've seen him balance so far today in a match. Typically, over the course of a best-of-7 match, it will balance out a bit. Once again off the edge. It's an amazing shot, but a little bit of help, and Ding Ning giving the look. Much like when Mima Ito hit it off the edge of a racket down the line. Let's see one more time this look. Seriously? Seriously? As strong as the players are, it's not intentional. As accurate as they can be. Once again, finding the middle, not an easy job. Chen Meng with some excellent reaction time, covering the wide forehand, getting the slower shot from Ding Ning, where she came across with that forehand across the body. Cost her a little bit of time in the recovery. Really set up Chen Meng with the opening attack for the winner. I guess I should say the winning attack to the middle anyway.
1-3.
It's always interesting to see when a player pushes a ball that comes off the table. This level, it's quite rare. A much more aggressive response. Ning getting in when the ball comes off the table. How does this person not run out of breath? It's like 8 in a row. With that sort of stamina, maybe she should be out here playing. Outstanding once again. This isn't even the final. The level of point that they're bringing out here, the play that we are watching, absolutely top in the world. You could see Chen Meng with that last hooking side spin shot, and finally a ball off the edge of the racket. Still a 1-point lead for Chen Meng. Solid touch to get the opening, but Chen Meng's backhand, not enough lift. How much rotation's on the ball. It's often difficult when the ball is played from out in front. You could see the muscles in the forearm of Chen Meng as she started to arch the back and try to reach out in front for that shot.
4-5.
Oh, down the line, the forehand, burning Ning. The cross-court shot, a lot more distance to work with, and Chen Meng still recovering so quickly from middle, wide forehand. And this time it's on the line. Ning on 1 foot can't reach it. Just a moment late. The slow-mo replay was a lot closer than it appeared in real time.
7-4.
Deceptive serve with the shovel coming around the outside of the ball for an outright point. Oh, beautiful shot. Ning with the racket head up. Reaction time. Not just to return the ball, but to return it to the one place that Chen Meng can't reach. Beautiful shot. Responsibility. Getting the ball back on the table would have been impressive to pretty much anyone in the world. But she does it perfectly back, and we're back for the reverse. Nope, it's a traditional tomahawk and an outright point for Ning. She doesn't show until the last moment. It's tough to tell when she's going to do the reverse. It's more commonly reversed than tomahawk. Although against some of her Chinese teammates, they seem to be a little bit more familiar with the reverse tomahawk. Sometimes it's less effective, so a traditional tomahawk will set up the third ball a little better. Two points in a row off the tomahawk serve for Ning. And it's not that they can't return it. It's simply setting up a shot that's a third ball that's a bit easier to attack, a little bit more predictable. Gives better positioning to Ning in the rally. A little bit of the luck comes back edge, and Ning apologizes quickly. But I'm sure she can't feel too bad, considering she has been far outnumbered so far. Unfortunate shots. It's unfortunate for Chen Meng because this ball would have been a high one. Ning would have been backed off the table, immediately put on the defense. Right idea, corner to corner, tries to break the pattern, but Ning doesn't fall, stays posted right in the center of the table. It adds extra pressure to Chen Meng. See the curious look on Chen Meng's face. She checks her equipment. Back to the reverse tomahawk. It is 3 game points to tie it up at 2 games apiece. Right into the middle, Ding Ning from way out wide on the forehand side manages to find Chen Meng. Back for game 5, Chen Meng at the top of the screen with the serve. The forehand has been very effective. We're going to see how Chen Meng sets up her shots here. Looks like we're going to get more shovel serve action. Very subtle in the spin and the contact. Gets a high third ball for a winner. Ding Ning very keen at the back of the table to recognize an opportunity to attack. Steals the long serve, shuts down the third ball. Now Ding Ning is wise to play deep into the body, right at the back of the table on the elbow. Again, Chen Meng is going to turn and take the forehand, but it's a more difficult shot when it's in more at the body. This one gets way loose. Clever idea, long and fast to the forehand. Once again, it's that hooking ball in at the elbow that wins it for Ding Ning. Strong rally with angles being played all over from the down the line to the cross-court shots. Chen Meng far more confident on her forehand for a winner. And while Ding Ning is dominating this game, remember, game 2 was 11-2 for Ding Ning, and Chen Meng comes back to win the next game. Excellent serve to start it off, kicking out to the elbow from in at the body. Ding Ning again showing her recovery from the middle on a few occasions in this rally. This one in near the hand. Now professionals think about this a lot, maybe less competitive players, but still tournament players often aren't thinking about the point on the racket, how close to the end of the head of the racket the contact is made. Back edge for Chen Meng. Now using this technique, of course, in a rally, especially if you're trying to play it with a lot of spin, play an aggressive shot, closer to the end of the racket, it's going to have more racket speed. Much like the end of a baseball bat, the most outside part of a merry-go-round, or the tire, is traveling the greatest distance. On serves, we see that a lot. Some serves, if they want less rotation, will be contacted closer to the hand on the racket and lower down closer to the end of the head of the racket for more spin. So many things for the receiver to consider. Chen Meng having a lot of trouble even when earning the third ball. Again, it's not so simple when you've got Ding Ning on the other side of the table. A lot of pressure to make more than just a good opening shot, but to finish the point. 6 game points for Ding Ning. Only needs one, 11-4.
7. Double.
And the pattern has been broken. Last game would have been Chen Meng's if it were the side of the table that was consistent with the first 4.
Then double.
Again, I'd say determination to stay aggressive. Chen Meng, even behind the table, tries for the counterattacks. He's watching the fans in the front row there waving on camera.
1 dot.
But Chen Meng not getting into the lobbing or the fishing, quickly goes for the backhand counter.
1 wall.
Unreal, unreal how fast Ding Ning can react and take the ball right back, covering the wide forehand, the middle, the backhands. And finally a shot that requires her to turn from the middle. Just too fast. Heavy deep push. Ding Ning ties it up. Again on the other side of the bracket, we've got 16-year-old Sunying Xia, who won last week's Japan Open going undefeated over Chen Meng in the final. And playing Sunying Xia will be Liu Shuan. Outstanding combination. Very difficult to keep that ball from coming off the table. Chen Meng leaves it right at the back edge of the table, gets a slow spinny shot from Ding Ning, and follows up with a parallel shot countering it down the line. Very confident play. Could hear the frustration, not happy about that. A little bit late to get in. Trying to keep the ball low when you can't get it right off the bounce is tough. Now one thing that Ding Ning does very well in that efficient backhand shot is she keeps her opponent's spin on and often adds a little bit of side spin to it. Let's see if we can see here. Covering. Tough to tell from that angle, but definitely a kick. And this one just long enough for Chen Meng to get the opening attack strong. Ding Ning not happy with the decision. Felt like she could have played a little smarter on her service choice. First time in a while, first time I can recall that we've seen the tomahawk serve not equal a point for Ding Ning. Again, traditional, coming around the outside of the ball with the forehand side of the racket, but plays it more to the backhand side, and Chen Meng with a good answer.
Net 6-4.
Chen Meng right there waiting in case it comes down. A 3-point lead, looking to take this to a 7th and deciding game. Nice change of pace, tries to soften up the push, try to keep it a little bit lower. Not lower so much, I'd say shorter on the table. Forcing Ding Ning to come in for the ball. Catch it on the drop. And a break for Ding Ning. It's all coming back around. From early on in the match, Chen Meng with a few big breaks off the top of the net and the edge of the table. With all that time, Ding Ning picks just the right place. Two-point lead still for Chen Meng in black on the receive. Now this can be very tiring. Ding Ning sends you wide out to the forehand, and now we've got a timeout. With that fast kicking serve on the forehand side, Chen Meng goes out for it. Ding Ning plays it back to the forehand corner. It tests Chen Meng because she's naturally going to want to recover to the backhand side. And then Ding Ning plays it wide to the backhand. It's an exhausting combination of shots from Ding Ning to take the legs out of Chen Meng. Again, no coach in the corner as both players are from the same national association. The one hosting this tournament, China, the country most dominant in table tennis. So what was once a 3-point lead is now just a 1-point lead for Chen Meng. What's it going to be? The shovel serve. More wide forehands cross court. We've seen this with Chen Meng and especially with Sunying Xia. These shots early off the bounce with the forehand, instead of playing it parallel, going wider the other way, which would be to Ding Ning's deep backhand. That might actually earn a higher ball coming back, but it has to be so wide because if it's just to the backhand side, Ding Ning is very comfortable in the off the bounce blocking game. So again, 23 years old, just with herself in the corner and all her memories from training, from coaching over the years. What will it take out here against Ding Ning? It's on the receive for Chen Meng. 1-point game. Not happy with the decision. Looked like she tried to play a wide, long push. High risk with all the spin on that ball. But naturally, Ding Ning wants you to try and play it to the forehand side so it carries long and she gets the opening attack. And again, Chen Meng looked like she changed her mind, was trying to go down the forehand line and then tried to hook it back around with some side spin deep on the table. This could also be to fool her opponent, but it makes it even more difficult to control the spin. Big point for Chen Meng. The serves have gone long. Surprising, Chen Meng ending up on the chase immediately in this point. Ding Ning, facepalm. No question about her feelings there. What a receive, and an even better block for a third ball from Ding Ning. The reaction time on this, incredible. That's the forehand once again from Ding Ning to cover the middle of the body on the backhand side with her forehand. It's the racket head straight up. Again, technique, just keep the face of the racket angled just right and be in the right place. The ball's coming in with so much speed. This time plays it a little bit more to the forehand side of the backhand corner. After being punished ripping at the point before, Ding Ning with something a little bit different to react to. But it's not effective. Chen Meng with the last two serve combination we will see in this game and potentially in this match if Ding Ning can control it. Forehand flip goes long. Ding Ning with match point to move on to the women's singles final. top of the net and out, and Ding Ning with the clinch fist looks over. A job well done, and she moves on to the women's singles final over Chen Meng, world rank number 5, 23-year-old and 5th seed of this tournament. It is the 2-time world champion, current world champion, and Olympic gold medalist Ding Ning, who will fight for the title here in Chengdu.